Whoa, oh, yeah, and no, I can't pretend, cause I wanna win. Yeah, so please don't act like my friend, cause I don't need none of them. So if you ain't talking about that cash, and tell me what you saying. Yeah, hard work, I'm grinding, Tony Hawk, no plan. I put that weight all on my back, but tell me how you feel.
Alright guys, what's up? Alright guys, what's up? It's your boy Kid Reed. I'm about to teach you how to build a little home studio, tips and tricks, stuff you can maybe not do. I say pretty much when you're in the music game or in the industry or just trying to make music, a lot of people get different results. A lot of people get the same results, just different tricks and methods to get that certain sound or analog sound that they're really looking for. But before all that, before we get into the advanced stuff, let's just get into how to build a studio, alright? First thing you're gonna need, computer. Once you get your computer there, pretty much all set to go. Let's power it up. Just realize this might take a minute just because this computer is really old.
Around you for attention, I'ma love it today when you make your own decisions. Well, but you last, gon' feel you first, yeah, and I know it. You gon' feel the pain.
And one of the good tips I can tell you about computers, pretty much, why I keep saying pretty much. Anyway, one thing I can tell you about computers is that starting off, if you want something for longevity, the best way to go is SSD. We are going through some technical difficulties. My computer won't turn on for some reason. So I need it to work. We can finish this.
Yeah, they say nigga doing good, now they hate me on the low. How could you switch up and you claim to be my bro? You gotta watch them, I mean everybody you know. They could be you, yeah, big backwoods, we smoke. I just talked to bro and he ain't never coming home. I'm still here if I gotta do it by my lonely. How you feel my pain, nigga? You don't even know me.
First thing you're gonna need besides the technical difficulties after 20 minutes, it literally took this computer maybe about a good we'll get 40 minutes, yeah. What a good 40 minutes. Just for it to do that. Alright. That's the first thing you're gonna need. Good tip that that we're relaying into this, good tip that we're talking about is computers. Because you don't want your computer to do that, take 40 minutes. I mean, don't get me wrong, this computer had this computer before high school. This computer may be like 13 years old, if not like 15 years old, so don't even worry about that. But what I'm saying is, if you at least want to start off with a computer, I say if you want to start off with a base, go for 256 SSD. Now the difference between SSD and HDD and hard drives and everything like that, one is faster than the other. If you just want to go there, SSD is faster than HDD. It'll take twice as longer probably for HDD than it would be for SSD. But one stores more space than the other, so one's going to cost you more than the other. Big difference, always go SSD. You don't even want to touch HDD, especially if you're doing that, or you have two separate hard drives that you actually know what you're doing and stuff like that. But for the optimal, I say you would want to go 16 gigabytes of RAM, 250 SSD or higher if you can. If you can put any Octane or anything like that into your computer, if you can put any USB 3 drives in your computer, do that. Or if you have any Thunderbolt 3, that's going to be the next wave into the future. Because I have that in my bigger studio in the room, which is pretty much, we'll get to that later, but Thunderbolt 3 is pretty much way faster than any of the connectivities from the USB 3 to anything like that. It's pretty much 40. Bi-directional too from each cord, so they pretty much do a 4K movie within three minutes or so, roughly 3 minutes. Download just by even that you put just through the cord because it's the whole thing. Two is what you'll need is an interface. And pretty much this is going to pretty much take, not pretty much, it's going to take your signal, your interface, your anything that you got hooked up into here, turn your mic signal, or the charge signal in the back, and the TRS outputs. Hopefully this means that you can see that. They got the TRS outputs pretty much, so you can put your speakers or guitars or whatever it is you want. You got your MIDI in and out. My new one is totally different. I got a UAD Apollo. This is just, like I said, the basics, pretty much how to turn it on. This is just the basics on how to make a little studio. You know what I mean? Home studio, of course. If you got a Scarlett or any of the SSLs, this is going to do the same thing. If you have a power source, just plug the power source up first, just so you can get that ahead, but I don't need that. This is going to go straight to the computer. Usually that's what the Fire Scarlett or any of the SSLs, they usually just plug right in and you plug it up, right? Let's get that started.
Everybody wanna call me except the person I want. Yeah. Yeah, baby, you can call me anytime that you want. Baby, you can call me.
Alright, see? Literally turned it on as soon as I plugged it in. There's a power button. On and off. One tip I can tell you before you plug up any microphone, make sure this is off. Don't ever have your interface on when you're turning your microphone on or anything like that. You don't want it to be on running power before or nothing like that, alright? Another thing I can say is sometimes you might have to pay for a cord. This will probably be like $3 to $4, maybe $6. Sometimes they don't give you that, and that's one thing you will need to figure out. I can tell you these XLR cables, they do not come with a microphone. Okay. Alright guys, number 3, microphone and the stand. I actually don't have the pop filter with me. It's in another studio. I did. Okay, another tip. When you start off small, there's price ranges for everything. Alright? Price ranges for everything. Stick to what you know, stick to your budget. This studio that I first ever had, budget was say it was roughly around $1,000. The whole, yeah, roughly around $1,000. Computer was maybe $300. I had a $500 microphone. Everything else just accumulated. That was about $150. You're gonna have to pay for cables. You're going to have to pay for padding. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to pay for the microphone stand, pop filter. You know what I mean? Other cables that you're gonna need if you're gonna need speakers for your studio monitors. A lot of the stuff you're gonna need to pay for it. You know what I mean? So now, when you get to this point, and you're here and you get this, and you get a microphone and it comes with something like this. This is the Neumann SG2. It's not a shock mount, well, kind of a shock mount. The best one you would get. And the ones that you see in the studios and stuff like that, those are about $300 to $400. You can get a couple of those, you know, cheap if you want. You know what I mean? They do have budget ones too as well. They do have used ones. I got mine for about, I think it's about $100. You know what I mean? That was just a gift too as well. But either way, this will do wonders. Don't think it doesn't. This will do wonders. Wonders if you have a great microphone. I just have a Neumann TLM103. I chose this mic pretty much just because it's pretty much a studio standard, and when you talk through it and hear through it, it's just unbelievable. And any of the mics that you see in the big studios, from the Neumann U87 to the Neumann U67, And when you go Sony 800 CG, come on now, that's a $10,000 mic. You can hear wings on a fly flap on that. You know what I'm saying? So let's not compare. It's all about pretty much your preference and what you would like. I chose this mic because when I get on this mic, I actually sound good and I like the way that I sound. I like that old school hi-fi. You know, it gives you that sibilance that's way too high, but with the de-esser, when you bring it back, it's just perfect to where it sits in the mix lovely for me. And that's really one thing I like about this mic. So let's put this on. And like I was saying, each studio has a budget too. Remember, each studio has a budget. So figure out what your budget is for your studio and go with that budget. My budget, like I said, all this stuff really accumulated over time. So at the end of the video, I'll show you what I have now. You're not gonna believe it. It's very expensive. This mic is just $1,000. Well, it's actually $1,200. Whatever.
I know without a doubt I consign you niggas. I'm having too much fun with this. Baby, stop calling my phone. You wasn't here when I didn't have shit. I can still pull before, I can still get them gone. I got my feel alone when I ain't alone. I'll be in my zone when I'm by myself. Dick, gotta tiptoe, gotta switch phones. These niggas know me, but I'll be ill. Look. Yeah, can't read, get to the co-op every time. Yeah, for the tank, you know I slide. Yeah, for my niggas I ride. Yeah, to my mama's alright, I ain't give up without a fight. I put everything on my back. Sometimes my heart don't be attached.
Alright, we got everything there, everything's set up, interface is ready to go, microphone's in there. Now, like I said, one of those things that you're gonna have to buy. It's called XLR cable. That's the cable that goes from the microphone to the interface. Now what that cord does is it relays the sound or the instrument that you have. Like I said, the TRS cable, that would be from your guitar or any instrument that you were trying to record or anything like that. You know what I mean? So it's going to relay that sound from that cord into the interface, straight to the interface to the computer. Alright? If you lost, think of it like a train. Go from here to here to here. Right. This is a male to female cord. Alright? This is the XLR cable you're going to need for a microphone or pretty much if you do have studio monitors, speakers, it's big things that they do have in the studio. Some of those take these too, the TRS, that works for those as well. Alright, let's just hook this up. This one goes. Yeah, almost. This one goes in here. This one goes in channel 1 or 2, whatever which one you prefer. This is just a 2-channel M audio interface. I have a 2-channel UAD Apollo Duo Twin, the second version MKI. I like that thing. In the room too, so it's just all the same, just different prices, budget. I said, get the budget for your studio. The budget for your studio, work around that. You're pretty much gonna get the same thing, and put it this way: if you don't know what you're doing, no way. You're gonna pay $1,000 for something you don't know how to use. Fourth thing we're gonna need, speakers. Fourth thing we're gonna need, speakers. Fourth thing we're gonna need, headphones. Headphones, not speakers, not speakers, headphones. You can use speakers to help better with the mix, but as to play it out loud too, 9 times out of 10, more than likely 10 out of 10, they mixed it on a pair of headphones, played it back on the speaker, see if it translated the same, and you can get the highs and the lows and see if the mix sounds good. And then they played it on a different set of speakers to see if the mix translated again, and then that's how they got that perfect mix. So don't think it was just these headphones, don't think it was just the speakers. It's all pretty much everything you're gonna need. So that's just another tip. Let's just make sure everything's working. You're more than likely gonna hear something. See? another thing you're gonna need. This little piece is about $6. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the store, they don't tell you, but you're gonna need one of these. Literally, that's just pretty much just a headphone jack. It's gonna take this pretty much into the interface, put it in, plug the headphones in like that. Simple. Like UAD got that too. They don't tell you that, but that's what you're gonna do for sure. Alright, let's get it up and running. Another thing you're gonna need is the DAW. I was supposed to talk about the computer, especially with the DAW. Each DAW is different. DAW stands for Digital Audio Workstation. It's just the program that you're gonna need. You know, the program you're gonna need to make beats, the program you use to record on, any of that kind of stuff. That's just your DAW. It's a program you use to record or whatever it is that you're doing to make music creatively. Okay? I use FL Studios. They tell you, you know, Pro Tools, whatever, but I'm gonna use what I know. Like I said, use what you know, not what you think they know. You know what I mean? Because you don't know how to use any of that stuff, so go with what you use best. I've been recording on FL for about, I would say about 15 years. You know what I mean? Technical difficulties again. Man, see how it finally popped up. I actually bought it now, so excuse all of this. This is 10. I actually got the 10 in the big one. And this is why you want a fast computer.
I was always taught to
Rather
get
than
the bag.
this. About time. Alright. Okay, you opened up 3 of them. The perks of having a nice computer. Take a second. Alright, let's just make sure this thing works. Like I said, once you've connected everything, that's all you need. To make sure your microphone works, your interface is good, everything else like that. Turn it on, make sure it's connected, make sure everything's perfectly. If you've got an extra power source for your interface, please make sure that it's plugged up now. You install the drivers and everything like that. Alright? Now, we're going to be pretty much just checking, see what the pretty much work. Like, we're going to check and make sure everything is running pretty much perfectly correct. Make sure everything is running correctly, okay? Alright. So we go to the mixer, everything's cool. We go to options. Go to audio settings. So if you don't have the ASIO driver, just type in on Google ASIO 4, the number 4, all. That's it. ASIO 4, all, ALL. Type that in, it's going to pop you up to a little UK website. Download that driver. It's going to already install itself once you do it. Alright? I have that already, so I'm not going to show you how to do it. Because it's simple. That's it. Literally, you do that, nothing's going to happen. That's it. Alright? You should see it pop up in your audio settings right here. This is the ASIO for all that we downloaded that we're going to be using. So click there, make sure the interface is turned on. You should hear a light pop when you turn it on most of the time. If your headphones is in there, just because you're going to hear the pop from electricity flowing from here to there. As I can see on my microphone. It's actually getting some feedback with the green dots over there. Alright. That's it. I like that when I'm screen recording. It's great. Alright, so everything is cool right there. That's alright, let's make sure the microphone is working. Alright, turn it on. It should say HDMI. seems like something is working right here. I just haven't gotten it to go through here yet. So if you haven't heard it through here, and you're hearing it still through the speakers of the computer. Yeah. It's through the speakers of the computer still. Go back to options, audio. You're in the ACO drive, go here, click this diamond. That diamond is going to reset everything. So once you click the diamond, if you don't see what your interface is called, I have an M Audio Fast Track Pro. So if I didn't see that there, click the diamond, that's going to work. But now what you need to do is click this tool. See how everything left? You're going to click the tool. You're going to see these plus signs. Click down these plus signs. You're going to want to turn off your actual audio from your computer first, just in case it is the Realtek or whatever sound card that you have, and turn on the sound card that you're looking for. So once you turn off that one and turn on this one, you're going to want to turn off the first output and turn on the second output, because that's going to go through the interface and this is going in. Alright, once you do that, it means everything should be working. And it should be hearing everything back through here. Am I not? Okay, maybe. Okay, my computer's going really slow. There we go. I didn't do what I said I was supposed to do. Hello? Hello? See how my interface be acting? This is why I do not use a $1,000 mic with this equipment. It's broke. Not that it's crappy equipment, it's cheap, it's just broke. Literally. But, so I'm only hearing myself on the left side. If you do that typically in the FL Studio, just see this little right here in the mixer, turn it out, balance you right out. So if I stand right here, pretty sure you can make it better. Oh, whoa, yeah. I'm cute, yeah. The mic is out. See, I know you heard that push. If you had a shock mount or a veteran of these, the black thing at SR, take that stomp away. Alright. Let's turn this off. Because now, you guys see in the studio, you pretty much, you put it together. You got your microphone stand if you had a pop filter. You know what I mean? You got your interface, you got your computer. Only other thing I can think of is we're going to talk about the fifth thing. You know, pretty much everything that's making everything sound even worse. What it actually is, if you hear that echo, and it's like a long reverb, it's pretty much acoustic treatment. Pretty much, bro. What is it with you and the word pretty much? Acoustic treatment. That's number 5. That's the thing you're going to need to make everything sound totally better. You hear that big echo? You do not want that, just because the mic is going to pick that up, especially if you have a more expensive mic. It's going to make the room sound a bit wonky. You're already going to have an echo when you don't want an echo. Normally when you record on a really dry room, I'm going to show you what that kind of sounds like in 2 seconds. Acoustic treatment is what you're going to need. That's going to help deaden the room. I know literally as soon as I walked in here, you guys hear a total difference. You could hear me a little bit better. You could hear everything else a little bit less. You could hear less of my footsteps. You could, you know what I mean? It just sounds totally totally way better in here. It's a plane outside, you probably hear it, but it sounds like the air. You know what I mean? I got these nice curtains from Target. You can't see anything through them. They pretty much block out a little bit of sound too. They help. I made all of these panels. That's just helping like dead in the sound. And I use most of these for like bass traps. Bass traps is literally when you get that deep, rich bass, 808 sound that you want to take out, but you want to hear it. You know what I mean? So those capture all those deep, rough sounds that I really need to take out of my mix when I really can. You know what I mean? And I have them everywhere. I have them placed where they need to be placed. Especially, like I said, those are my bass traps. I actually have another one. Well, not another one, but these on my door. You know what I mean? I'm going to fill that up. I really want to put some behind here too, just to help. I have some in the back of the room as well, just so that helps too, like right behind the studio, literally. And like I was saying, guys, that's pretty much what helps. Just because the simple fact, you're going to do all that recording, and then when you walk outside, you're going to hear an echo and all of that, and that's not what you want. Look, so from here, I'm going to go from here, let me back out. I like the lights too. It shines really well. Now, pretty much, you can hear the difference from here. You can literally hear the difference. Wow, like just the whole echo is just still there. And that's pretty much, see, oh my God. And that's why you need acoustic treatment. It helps you just with everything. It helps dampen the sound, just so when you're talking through the mic, you can hear everything clearly. There's no feedback or nothing that you're getting extra into the mic as well. So that's what acoustic treatment is for. Alright guys, I told you how to build a studio. A couple things you would need. Computer with a DAW, digital audio workstation. That's the program that you need. 2 is the interface. That's going to take whatever that you're relaying from your microphone to your guitar or whatever your speakers you want to relay, and take that and go straight to the DAW or whatever it is from there. 3 is the microphone that you're going to need to talk if you want to do some vocal recording, or if you want to record the drums, or if you want to record guitar through it instead of doing it digitally. Some people do that as well, you know what I mean? A lot of guitars is through the wave sample, it's not actually through it. You know what I mean? Some people like to do stuff differently. If you want to record vocals or beatbox, if you know who Timberland is, he actually does a lot of and stuff like that. A lot of that stuff is really, you know what I mean, just creativity that you need to be using. And just, you'll get there in a time when you start thinking of different creativity processes and stuff like that. And after the, I believe it was computer, headphones and speakers. Like I said, you need some headphones. I have Audio Technicas, the MTH40s. I wanted the 50s, but they're going Bluetooth now. So the 50s are usually $150. The 40s are $100. These were $100. I got a couple pair of these. Before that, I recorded on Sony $20 headphones. The one that you see at Best Buy or Target. Recorded on those for a while. I still have them. Like I said, they're just speakers and just headphones to me. Like I said, it's all about what you do with them, not about what they tell you that they can do. Because 9 times out of 10, if you don't know how to do that, then you're never going to get that, right? So, that's a good tip to know. You know what I mean? That's one thing I learned too. I wanted to buy the most expensive shit and didn't know how to use it. You know what I mean? And then now I'm stuck with this expensive shit and I'm never going to use it because I don't know how. And sometimes not knowing how to use stuff is very frustrating. Very frustrating. Okay. 5 is the acoustic treatment. Like I said, just walking into this studio, it's deadening. You can hear me a little bit better. You don't hear any reverb. It's barely anything. I can still put up a couple more panels just so I can deaden it. It's not soundproof. It's acoustic treatment. Soundproofing is totally different than acoustic treatment. If you came here for that, if you think that's what that is totally different. Soundproofing, you're going to have to take your room apart and build a whole new one. Yes, literally. When you soundproof something, think of a box that's glued off with the circles, or think of a box that's glued off at the edges and there's no holes in it. You can't go in or out except if you close the door, and then when you close that door is sealed off too. So if you have holes in your door, if you can hear stuff outside, that's not soundproof at all. So when you see those booths and see all those booths are soundproofed enough to where it's really soundproof. You know what I mean? You can yell in there and nobody will really hear you. They'll be outside like, huh? Can't hear you. You know what I mean? So that's soundproof. But that's pretty much it from me, guys. Just to build a home little studio, just my little tips and tricks. I should be back more with a little bit of video updating you on something else. Y'all have a good one, man.